The usefulness of standardized testing has been debated for decades, but really picked up in 2002 after the standards set by No Child Left Behind were passed. No Child Left Behind made standardized testing the main way in which schools and teachers are judged. Despite No Child Left Behind going into effect, the U.S. dropped from 18th in math in 2002 to 31st in 2009. Similar drops have occurred in other subjects. Part of the reason for drops such as these can likely be contributed to schools narrowing curriculum to prepare for standardized tests that now determine their fate. A national 2007 study by the Center on Education Policy reported that since 2001, 44% of school districts had reduced the time spent on science, social studies, and the arts by an average of 145 minutes per week in order to focus on reading and math. Schools are not just narrowing the curriculum to meet standards, they are also taking away from instructional time. Teachers and administrators know that these tests can sometimes determine if they have a job or not. The stress has led to a method known as drill and kill to become very prominent in the teaching community. Drill and kill is often known as teaching the test. Teachers focus on what will be on No Child Left Behind tests and ignore many concepts and ideas they believe are important to learn. A 5-year University of Maryland study completed in 2007 found the pressures teachers were facing to teach the test since No Child Left Behind was leading to declines in teaching higher order thinking and the amount of time spent on complex assignments and the actual amount of high cognitive content in the curriculum. For some teachers and schools, drill and kill simply is not enough. Out of fear for their jobs, some teachers resort to cheating to improve test scores, as shown recently in Atlanta. According to Mary Lynn Bourque, author of Leave No Standardized Test Behind, after New York City's reading and math scores plunged in 2010, many schools imposed extra measures to avoid being shut down, including daily 2.5-hour prep sessions and test practice on vacation days. Despite all this prep, or possibly because of it, many older students do not take No Child Left Behind test very seriously. An English teacher in New Mexico's Valley High School said in August 2004 that many juniors just had fun with the test, making patterns and filling in the answer bubbles. Christmas trees, battleships, and hearts were all very popular designs. On the other hand, many young children become incredibly stressed because of these tests. On March 14, 2002, the Sacramento Bee reported that test-related jitters, especially among young students, are so common that the Stanford 9 exam comes with instructions on what to do with a test booklet in case a student vomits on it. A 3-year study completed in October 2010 by the Giselle Institute of Human Development showed that increased emphasis on testing is making children feel like failures as early as pre-K. Many people argue that standardized testing is the only accurate way to compare students and schools, but they're not very accurate. According to a September 2010 report by the Edinburgh Institute of School Reform, over 17% of Houston teachers ranked in the top category on the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills Reading Test were ranked among the 2 lowest categories on the equivalent Stanford Achievement Test. These results were based on the same student tested in the same subject at approximately the same time of year using two equivalent tests. All this testing has not improved the U.S. educational standing. Yet, according to Stanford University researchers, Finland topped the international education rankings from 2001 to 2008. It has no external standardized test used to rank students or schools. In Finland, success has been achieved using assessments that encourage students to be active learners who can find, analyze, and use information to solve problems in novel situations. Maybe the US should take a lesson from Finland. Stop worrying about standardized testing and worry if children are actually learning or if they are simply memorizing for the test and forgetting most of it immediately after.